Welcome to another episode of the Executive Coffee Break, where I dive deep into strategies that elevate leaders and transform organizations. I'm your host, Glen Guyton, here to stir your morning with insights as strong as your coffee. Today, we are tackling an electrifying question. How can intrapreneurship ignite innovation within your organization? We'll also talk about the 80s boy band, New Edition. Rise and shine, leaders. This is Glen Guyton, your cultural futurist, equipping organizations with effective strategies to foster a culture of innovation, reduce workplace stress, and elevate team performance. It's time for our executive coffee break. I've got my beverage in hand. I hope you have yours too. They say you can't choose your family, but you can choose your workplace culture and your beverage. Leadership matters, so you might as well get good at it. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, I grew up in the 80s, and if you were like me, you were a fan of the group New Edition. They had a song called My Secret. And the song goes like this. It says, "Girl, I got a secret. See if you can guess. Put your heart into the problem. See if you can pass the test." Who knew that Ralph Tresvant was such a business philosopher? Ralph and New Edition really understood intrapreneurship. So, what is intrapreneurship? Intrapreneurship isn't just a buzzword. It's a transformative approach that empowers employees to act like entrepreneurs within a company. By fostering an intrapreneurial culture, organizations can unlock a plethora of benefits, enhanced creativity, faster problem solving, and an agile response to market changes. So just like New Edition said, hey, this is the secret to success. You have to put your heart into innovation, and then you will pass the test. All right, so that's the wisdom, tying in a little bit of New Edition, a little 80s boy band thing going there. I hope you like it. But anyway, if you want to foster innovation, you have to put your heart into it, or at least you have to put some programming and dollars into it and set up a culture of intrapreneurship. And this isn't a new term. This term came out, I think, in 1978. It was a white paper on the topic about how to drive innovation in companies. So this is old news, but it is the secret to innovation today. That's the secret. And so I want to give you 5 things to consider to create this culture of intrapreneurship in your organization. Number 1, empower your employees. Intrapreneurship starts with trust. Empower your team to take ownership of their projects just like they would if they owned the company. When employees feel trusted, their motivation and commitment to organizational goals soar. And I have a book coming out about this. It's a tip book about how to build trust in organizations. Is so important. If employees feel trusted, they will perform. Number 2, structured autonomy. Implement frameworks that provide employees the freedom to explore new ideas while aligning with the company's strategic objectives. One example of this is Google's famous 20% time. It's a prime example where employees spend 20% of their time on side projects, leading to innovations like Gmail and AdSense. Now you have to figure out what percentage of your employees' time can be devoted to this. 20% can't seem like a lot. I mean, that's really just one day. So a 5-day work week, that's one day. Is that too much? Maybe it's half of a day, but it is important that you think about these things and figure out, hey, how can we start creating this sense of intrapreneurship? Number 3, resource accessibility. Provide resources. Yeah, hey, just like anything else in the workplace, if you don't provide any budget for it resources, time for it, staffing for it is not going to happen. Can't just be a good thing in your mind. Devote time, money to this. So provide resources, time, budget, or tools that support experimental projects without fear of an immediate ROI or return on investment. This could be setting up an innovation lab or providing seed funding for promising projects. I talked to an organization that has something like this, and they get thousands of new ideas, and I can't remember how many thousands of new ideas. And they say they only are able to implement a couple hundred. But hey, that couple hundred could be really, really, really great. So just understand that there's going to be a lot of waste, and I don't want to call it like you're wasting time, but there's going to be a lot of failure along the way with this in this culture of innovation. People are going to try things. And as a leader, I've tried stuff all the time, but it can lead to the next biggest, greatest idea. So don't be afraid to spend some time and money for this. And I shouldn't even call it waste, because it's not wasting time, but you're stoking that fire, right? You're getting the heat ready to generate something that can be absolutely fantastic in the workplace, and that can launch you and your team to greater heights. Number four, develop a reward system. So recognition and rewards are important. Find out what rewards are meaningful to your people, but develop a reward system that acknowledges and incentivizes entrepreneurial efforts, whether it's through bonuses, stock options, or simply recognition in front of peers. Make sure entrepreneurs feel valued. It could be a plaque on the wall, and maybe it is cash. Maybe it's some profit sharing. Only you know what drives people in your organization. And financial incentives are good if you're creating something like, hey, I just created Silly Putty, or I just created the Super Soaker. Those are some inventions that were created for different purposes but blew up, right? And employees probably deserve to be compensated for those like landmark type of creations that they do. So you have to figure out what works in your organization. And number 5, cultivate a learning culture. Encourage a mindset where failure is seen as a stepping stone to innovation. So this is just experimentation. Encourage experimentation. This shifts the focus from fault finding to learning, and this is crucial for sustaining an innovative environment. I've worked with some organizations where people have looked at some of my crazy ideas and said, well, how do you know it's going to work? Well, I don't know it's going to work. I mean, I have a good sense that it probably will because of my experience and my knowledge and years of doing this, but I don't have I can't prove to you that it's going to work. Well, what if it fails? It fails, and we'll do something else. So don't be afraid to take risk. Oh, that just burns me up. I had another episode where I said I hate jerks. I don't like jerks. People mistreat other folks, especially people in positions of power. People in position of power. I don't like that. Now I don't. People that are afraid to take risk, I'm a little empathetic towards them, but it does bother me, right? It kind of rubs me the wrong way because I like to be out front now, and we need all kinds of people on a team. We need people that are stable, that are going to dot all the I's and cross all the T's, but we also need these entrepreneurial type people. And that word has a couple of different origins, but the French origin of that is means undertaker. An undertaker, someone that undertakes an enterprise. We need some entrepreneurs, and inside the business, entrepreneurs. And so we need those type of people to help push us and drive us forward. But entrepreneurs, again, like I said, one company I talked to, they had thousands and thousands and thousands of ideas, and they only could implement a couple of hundred. So just keep that in mind. You can't go and do 2,000 or 3,000 things. You will only be able to do a small fraction of some of these entrepreneurial things, but they can be critical and crucial to pushing the organization forward, to responding to disruption, to getting through the lean times when everyone else is downsizing, you can be upsizing. So just keep those in mind. It's a delicate balance. So that's why I don't hate people that like stability. I don't hate them. I just, just kind of like, hey, that's not me. But we need your gifts on a team too. You have to have diverse teams with diverse talents, diverse skills, and diverse viewpoints. That makes a better, better organization. All right. So now I gave you 5 things again as we think about intrapreneurship. Number 1, empowering employees. Number 2, structured autonomy. Number 3, resource accessibility. Number 4, recognition and reward. Number 5, cultivate a learning culture. So by integrating these elements into your corporate culture, your organization can stimulate a vibrant ecosystem of innovation that aligns with long-term strategic goals. These things always have to align with your goals. Every idea is not a good idea. They need to align with your strategic vision. Otherwise, you get scope creep. That's putting on my project management hat. You get scope creep and you start doing stuff and you lose your way. Don't lose your way. I want you to stay focused. All right, as we close, let's not forget the strength and perseverance that it takes to lead with empathy and inclusivity. Better leaders get better results. So to every one of you leading the charge for a more supportive and engaging workplace, I leave you with this. Stay bold, stay inspired, and remember that your actions today shape the culture of tomorrow. My name is Glen Guyton, not to be confused with the Guyton that was just drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. Am I related to him? I don't know. Maybe he's my long lost cousin. I don't know. Zach Guyton, if you are my cousin, reach out. Give me some Cowboys tickets. But my name is Glen Guyton. You all have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.